Hello, this is Math 7, Lesson 5.7, Solve Problems Using Diagrams. This is a continuation of our measurement unit, and I always like to wrap up my units problem solving. And when we're problem solving, there is 4 steps we must go through. 1, we must understand the problem. First, identify exactly what you need to solve. 2, make a plan. How am I going to solve this? 3, carry out that plan and get your answer. And step 4 is look back at your answers and make sure that they are conclusive to what it is asking. So in this first example, it says Julie is trying to divide a circle with a marked center into 6 equal sections so that she can model the fraction 5/6. How can Julie divide the circle using her protractor? So first, understand the problem. So I know that I need to divide the circle into 6 equal parts. But by doing it by hand, I realize that I can't make them equal. So I have this circle over here, and I tried doing it by hand, but clearly I cannot make them equal parts. It's very difficult to do by hand. Now, how did I know it would have to be 6 equal parts? Because the denominator of that fraction is 6. And remember, 6 is the total. So now I know what I need. I need to divide the circle into 6 equal parts. And I know I cannot do it by hand. I need to use a protractor. So make a plan. How am I going to do this? First, I need to know the size of the angles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use shapes to determine the size of angles, and then use protractor to make these sections. With a ruler. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use shapes to determine the size of the angles because I don't know. And then I'm going to use a protractor once I have the angles and a ruler to make the sections. So first what I did is I looked at squares. And squares, if I look, has 90, 90, 90, 90, which makes a full circle all the way around. So using my properties of squares, I know that 4 squares at 90 degrees each make a circle. So a circle, So a circle is 4 times 90, which is 360 degrees. However, I know I cannot use squares because I need 6, but I only have 4, so it will not work. So then I decided to try a triangle. Well, a square is 90, 90, 90, 90, which is 360 degrees. But a triangle is half a square, which would be 180 degrees, 180 degrees. So every single triangle adds up to 180 degrees. And how many corners are in a triangle? It would be 1, 2, 3. So I would take 180 degrees, divide 3, and I would get 60 degrees for every corner of a triangle. So then I try triangles and I put them in this circle. And I get a full circle, and I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections. So triangles would work perfect. And 60 degrees apiece is my angle. Now I constructed over here a circle using my protractor and ruler. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you visualize this by actually doing another circle. So your first step is to use a compass to actually draw a circle. And you need to know the center of this circle. So there's my center, there's my circle. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with one line. One center line right there in the middle. And that's going to be my guideline where every single measurement is going to come from. So as I do this, I'm going to take my protractor down. And I'm going to make it a bit smaller. I'm going to make it a bit smaller so we can see. And then I'm going to line it up. And then I am going to get the first section has to be 60 degrees. So I go to 60 degrees and I make a mark right there. And then I would take my ruler. I would have to drag it down again. So now I have my ruler. And I know that the ruler has to be on this section and it has to go up to this point. So I have it right there. I'm going to rotate a bit more. Still putting it on. Almost there. Okay. So there's my ruler, and then I'm going to draw my next section. So my section is going to be from there to there. And there
Mrs. Tops, if you're in the building, can you please call the office? Mrs. Tops, please call the office.
And there is my first section. So I would repeat this process over and over again until I get this circle. So now I have a completely divided 6-section circle, which is exactly what I wanted. Now the fraction was, remember, 5/6. So if I shaded 5/6 of this, I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I completed the question. Look back. Is everything that it asked solved? So I look up and the part was. I need to divide the circle into 6 equal parts to make the fraction 5/6. I did that. So I am correct. Okay, another example. Using diagrams to represent possible solutions. So Matthew wants to use 16 square paint card samples. So I have 16 squares to create a design for an art project. He wants to use a gold cord to frame the design, but he does not have very much cord. How can Matthew arrange the paint cards so there is the least amount of trim around the design? So you got to look at this question and see what they're asking. And trim goes around the outside, which is another way of expressing perimeter. So we need to arrange the squares in a certain direction in order to get perimeter. And we don't have a lot of cord, so we want minimum perimeter. So understand the problem. I need to determine arrangements to minimize the perimeter. So I need to do different arrangements to minimize the perimeter. Okay, So how am I going to do this? Well, I'm going to try different arrangements and select the smallest perimeter. Okay, so I'm going to try different arrangements and select the smallest perimeter. So when I do this, I'm going to carry out the plan. So I have 16 squares. Well, let's just try them all in a straight row for now. So if I try them all in a straight row, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 squares, all in a row. Now remember, the perimeter or the chord is going to be wrapped around the outside. So if it's wrapped around the outside, that is perimeter. So I need 16, 16, 1, and 1. So that perimeter is going to be 16 plus 1 plus 1, which is going to be 34 in total. Okay, not bad, but it's the only option we have. So we should try others to make sure. So I'm going to try this one. And I'm going to try a 4 by 4. So 4, 4, 4, 4. So the perimeter of this is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 for a total of 16. Now that's way better than the other, so that's our leading one so far. But let's try some more. I'm going to take this, divide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8 and 8, which is 16 total cards. So 8, 2, 8, 2. So the perimeter of this is 8 plus 8 plus 2 plus 2, which would be 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it's good, but it's not the lowest, so that won't work. So let's get creative and try one that is different. So I'm going to try this one. I'm going to split it up into 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to split it up into 6. Right? Still rectangles, but different. So that's 16 total squares, but let's count the perimeter. 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 2. So if I get the perimeter of this, I'm going to get 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. And when I add all of these up, I get a perimeter of 18. Okay, so that's even better than this one. However, the winner is the 16. So look back and see if your answer makes sense. I need to make arrangements to determine the minimal perimeter. I did that. So, in order to have the least amount of perimeter, I must arrange in a 4 by 4 arrangement. Okay, and that's problem solving. So every single time you are given a problem and need to solve, these are the steps you should go for. 1, determine exactly what you are trying to solve. 2, make a plan to solve it. 3, carry out the plan. And you should always look back and see if what you are doing made sense. Thank you.